division, and conflict have had their day. It's time to usher in a new era of peace, truth, and tolerance. On this International Day of Nonviolence, Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, let us heed his message of peace and commit to building a better future for all. UN Secretary General Mr. Antonio Guterres tweeted today, "For Gandhi, nonviolence, peaceful protest, dignity, and equality were more than words. They represented a guiding light for humanity, a map to a better future," he continues in his message. We need to recognize, as Mahatma Gandhi did, that what unites us is far greater than what divides us, and that peace provides the only pathway to a better future for all. Addressing global challenges means coming together as one human family and embracing peace like never before, Mr. Guterres said, calling on combatants around the world to lay down their arms and focus on defeating humanity's common enemy, COVID-19, not one another. And most of all, we need to renew trust in one another. The UN chief urges everyone on this International Day of Nonviolence to heed Mahatma Gandhi's message of peace and get down to the business of building a better and more peaceful future for all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are joining us from. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, GCPIT, Global Council for Cluster Excellence and Research, GCCR, Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, CMSME, UFirst Eduversity, along with our partners, SDG Chaupal India, People of Impact UAE, Positive Ed Limited UK, Predixa UAE, Center for Environment Education Nepal, Southern Voice Peru, Innovation Technology Transfer Office, FITT, IIT Delhi, Go Nomadic Private Limited Singapore, True Complexion Malaysia, Impact Trackers Singapore, Griha, Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment New Delhi, India, the Energy Resources Institute, TERI, New Delhi, India. We are proud to celebrate together the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021 for unlocking the potential of SMEs for SDGs. A very warm welcome to all of you to day 12 of the summit. I'm Aparna Kumar, the Global Co-Chairperson of GCPIT and your host for the day. On behalf of GCPIT, I express a heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us today and supporting us always. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, or GCPIT, is one of the fastest growing organizations based out of India and South Africa with board and council member representation across the world. The objective of this organization is to implement relevant major national development strategies, promote foreign trade, bilateral investment and economic and technological cooperation, carry forward cooperation with overseas trade promotion counterparts, receive overseas high-end trade and economic delegations, and much, much more. GCPIT supports entrepreneurs through its three verticals, which are the MSME growth vertical, where we handhold and support the existing MSMEs, the W Combinator, where we empower and support women entrepreneurs and leaders, and the SDGs Global Impact Startups, where we encourage startups focusing on SDGs. The last whole year, we have organized many premium online events like the Global Women's Business Summit, the Womenomics Global Mission, the Global Technology Summit, the Global Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship Summit, the Global Women in Trade Summit, only to name a few. As you can see, at GCPIT, we are constantly on the lookout for new and innovative ways to assist businesses in expanding their global reach. And it is with this vision that we launched the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021, and with a focus on how SMEs can support and at the same time gain by following the roadmap provided by the SDGs. We don't stop here. We are launching the magazine Sustainamics, which will cover articles and research papers focusing on sustainability. And we have announced the Global Sustainability Awards 2021, which will be GCPIT's next step towards supporting the global goals. Today, in the summit, we are focusing exclusively on SDG11, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. We all know that the world is becoming increasingly urbanized. Since 2007, more than half of the world's population has been living in cities, and that share is projected to rise to 60% by 2030. Cities and metropolitan areas are powerhouses of economic growth, contributing about 60% of global GDP. However, they also account for about 70% of global carbon emissions and over 60% of resource use. Rapid urbanization is resulting in a growing number of slum dwellers, inadequate and overburdened infrastructure and services such as waste collection and water and sanitation systems, road and transport, worsening air pollution, and unplanned urban sprawl. The impact of COVID-19 will be most devastating in poor and densely populated urban areas, especially for the 1 billion people living in informal settlements and slums worldwide, while their overcrowding also makes it difficult to follow recommended measures such as social distancing and self-isolation. The UN Food Agency FAO warned that hunger and fatalities could rise significantly in urban areas without measures to ensure that poor and vulnerable residents have access to food. Many may think, but why should we care? Let us all understand that all these issues will eventually affect every citizen. Inequality can lead to unrest and insecurity. Pollution deteriorates everyone's health and affects workers' productivity and therefore the economy. And the natural disasters have the potential to disrupt everyone's lifestyles. Let's all think, can our children walk to school safely post-pandemic? Can we walk with our family safely at night? Why are we not using public transport? How is the air quality outside? Are our shared public spaces clean and safe? The better the conditions we create in our community, the greater the effect on the quality of our lives. Let's all start taking action. All of us have a role to play. As Mahatma Gandhi said, let us try to be the change we wish to see in the world. And in a gentle way, let us shake the world. I once again thank you all for joining us today, and let me thank our partners for their unconditional support.